All right, in this video, guys, I'm going to show you how to use this open window for putting in Lewis structures. This is specifically for problem set chapter 10. I had a couple of students ask me how best to use this window to draw Lewis structures. So for this particular one, I'm going to draw in SiF4. So if you do the math and figure out the number of valence electrons, there are 32. So this is going to be 4 single bonds, lone pairs around all of this fluorine atoms. So what I need to do first is I need to make 4 bonds. So the key about this, if I want a bond to be coming from where this atom is, you see how when I hover over it, it turns into this blue colored box? That's how I know that I'm going to be right on where that atom is, and I'm going to be making a bond from that atom. You can't just sort of draw it off into like space. You need to be able to tell the computer that you want it coming off of that atom. So I'm going to draw off of this atom, and honestly, if I just click, it draws the bond for me, and I want 4 more. So I'm just going to keep my cursor hovered over there where it's blue and draw 4 more bonds. I need to change this central atom into silicon, so I'm going to click in this text box and again hover over so that right where I want it to be, it turns into that blue box. Then I'm going to type in Si so that it knows that it's silicon. At each one of these the ends of these bonds, they need to be fluorines. So again, I'm going to click and then type in an F on my computer. Make sure that you wait for this blue box. That's the most important thing, so that it knows exactly where you're putting atoms and whatnot. You can't just put it anywhere, you gotta wait for that box. Now I have to add in lone pairs. So I need 3 sets of lone pairs on each one of the fluorines. So again, I'm gonna hover over the fluorine so it's completely colored in blue. That tells the computer program that that's where you want the lone pairs. And then I'm honestly just gonna click 3 times. So now that has 3 sets of lone pairs right on the fluorine. Here I'm going to do the same thing. Beautiful. Keep going. And that is your SiF4. All right, let me show you a few more tricks and tips. Yep, I'm going to delete this. Let's say that you need to make multiple bonds. So let's say that we have a triple bond. Honestly, I would click on the triple bond tool first and then draw it. And then if you want things coming off of either side, again, a bond coming off of this side of the triple bond, you just click and it puts it in there. Wait for that blue box to show you that you're on that atom, and then just click and a bond appears. Let's see what else might be useful for you guys. Putting in charges. So here, let me do H3O plus, for example. So H3O plus, we want this central atom to be an oxygen. Then on all of the end, you can see even the Chem Draw software, that's what this is. The CD stands for Chem Draw. That's the software you're using. Chem Draw tells you that there's something wrong with this oxygen atom. So when you have that red box around it, that means that there's something not quite right with it. You need to go back and think about it. So we'll come back to that in a second. I'm going to add hydrogens at the ends here. See, I wasn't hovered over that box. It didn't turn blue, so I didn't like it. Make sure it turns into that blue color, and then you'll know that you're right. Okay, in the H3O plus molecule, oxygen has a lone pair of electrons. Now you can see that it's still unhappy. It's still telling us there's something wrong with that oxygen. The oxygen has a formal charge of +1. So oxygen is in group 6, so we count down 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the formal charge on the oxygen is +1. So I'm going to come over here to my positive charge. Again, I hover right on that oxygen. It tells me that there's something wrong with it, but as soon as I say, yeah, I know, it actually is a positive charge, a formal charge of +1 on that oxygen, then it tells me that it's the right structure. Then you can go down, it's not going to show me here because my window's too small, but you can go down here, save and submit, and that'll take you over and put it into the Chem Draw. I hope that helps.